Steve Reeves, the face of classic physique, the symbol of vitality, symmetry, and radiant health. But beyond the broad shoulders and tapered waist, there was something else. His glowing skin, a bronze luminous sheen that became part of his iconic image. Unlike the artificially spray-tanned look of modern competitors, Reeves's complexion radiated with life, sun-kissed, clear, and undeniably healthy. And in this video, I'm going to go through the 5 things that Steve Reeves did to develop his radiant, glowing skin. First is sunbathing. You see, Reeves was a sun worshipper. From an early age, Steve would soak up the sun during summer months and enjoy its health-giving properties, developing a dark tan from an early age. There are many photos of a young Reeves looking very tanned, as there are of him sunbathing, with his bodybuilding coach Ed Yarrick. Ed Yarrick would state in an article written back in 1947 in Your Physique magazine that he and Steve would sunbathe through summer together, discussing bodybuilding principles. Further, it is well established that Steve Reeves was a regular at Muscle Beach, where he would enjoy working out, posing, and performing physical culture exhibitions with his fellow fitness enthusiasts. Here's a few photos showing Reeves during his prime working out and goofing around with other bodybuilders at Muscle Beach. And sure, there are many studies associating UV-induced DNA damage to the induction of melanoma. However, genetics and the molecular mechanisms behind melanoma, which are too difficult to explain in this video, have a large role to play. In essence, I personally believe in sunbathing myself, and I am lucky as I am naturally dark, being Latino. But if you are concerned about UV damage, then simply apply sunscreen, but the sun does have beneficial properties, so as with anything, if you're going to sunbathe, please do so in moderation. So as we can see, Reeves believed in the life-giving properties of natural sunlight. In his words, the sun was nature's vitamin D. But Reeves wasn't reckless. He understood that exposure needed to be balanced. And to protect his skin, he applied beef suet, rendered fat from cattle, what we call nowadays beef tallow. In essence, he was creating a natural barrier, rich in saturated fats, vitamin E, and conjugated linoleic acid. And this is the second practice that Steve Reeves adhered to. Modern science now tells us that Steve Reeves may have been well ahead of his time regarding the practice of using beef tallow. Tallow shares a similar lipid profile with human sebum, making it naturally compatible with our skin's biology. A study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology suggests that fats such as stearic acid and oleic acid, abundant in tallow, help support skin barrier function and reduce transepidermal water loss. Further, if we look at the nutrient breakdown of beef tallow, we can see why it has been used for thousands of years by humans, and it is recently making a comeback. Filled with vitamins A, D, E, and K2, and fatty acids, beef tallow's fatty acid profile is remarkably similar to the natural oils produced by human skin, and its biocompatibility with our skin makes it highly effective at moisturizing without clogging pores, repairing the skin barrier, protecting against environmental stresses, and enhancing skin resilience over time. It is no wonder that Steve Reeves used beef tallow for enriching his skin. He derived this practice from the only nutritionist he trusted, the celebrated physical culture guru of the Silver Era called Gaylord Hauser, who wrote of the benefits of beef tallow for skin health. Another advocate of beef tallow was none other than Bernard McFadden, who wrote about it in his book titled Skin Troubles, Their Causes, Nature, and Treatment. And if you are interested in trying beef tallow like I have, then please visit tallows.de and use my code GoldenEra10 at checkout. I personally use Tallow Wild West Aftershave Balm daily with its manly scents of frankincense, eucalyptus and sage oils, and have noticed a difference in my skin health. But they also sell many different products worth trying, so if you want to develop glowing, radiant, youthful looking skin, try beef tallow from tallows.de and please use my code GoldenEra10 at checkout. Now let's get on with the video. We all know that Steve Reeves was very knowledgeable regarding nutrition and bodybuilding, and Steve Reeves would even modify and enrich his diet to support his skin health and tan. Reeves drank carrot juice and snacked on raisins to deepen his tan and nourish his skin from within, and here is the third practice that he would religiously follow, especially when trying to deepen his tan before competition. Today we understand that beta-carotene, found in carrots, accumulates in the skin and contributes to a healthy golden glow. This isn't merely aesthetic. Research in evolution and human behavior in 2011 showed that participants preferred the carotenoid glow over sun-induced tans. Fourth on Steve Reeves' list was the consumption of raisins. Raisins? An unusual choice perhaps. However, Steve Reeves believed that raisins helped deepen his skin tan further. Furthermore, raisins are loaded with polyphenols, antioxidants that combat oxidative stress, one of the chief causes of skin aging. A paper published in Nutrients 2016 explains how grape-derived polyphenols protect against UV damage and improve skin elasticity. As a final practice, it is well established that Reeves would add collagen to his diet, particularly to his protein shake, and science has proven that oral collagen supplementation can have positive effects on skin health, preventing aging. Further benefits include improving your gut microflora, which in turn boosts your skin health and immune system. So what was the secret to Steve Reeves' timeless glow? It wasn't just genetics. It was an entire philosophy, natural exposure to sunlight, protection with ancestral skincare like beef tallow, nourishment from carotenoid and polyphenol-rich foods, collagen supplementation, and an unwavering commitment to harmony between nature and physique. In a world of synthetic creams and artificial bronzers, Reeves reminds us that the best skincare might just come from nature, disciplined, and a touch of old world wisdom. If you have enjoyed this video, please give the video a like, subscribe, and leave me your comments. I would like to know, what do you do for your skin health? Me personally, I love sunbathing in the summer months and use beef tallow daily, as well as a collagen supplementation. But please share your practices. I would love to hear your thoughts. Remember that bodybuilding is not just about growing muscles, it is about holistic health. So don't forget to let your skin breathe, your body move, and your face meet the sun, just as Steve Reeves did. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Head to www.goldenerabookworm.com for the biggest range of classic old-school bodybuilding books as ebooks, e-magazines such as Iron Man and Reg Park Journal, high-quality bodybuilding posters of the Golden Era stars, merchandise, and classic gymwear featuring Steve Reeves, Marvin Eder, John Grimmick, Reg Park, and many other Golden Era stars. For those wishing to build a classic physique, lose fat, and build muscle, online training is also available. Collectibles such as rare autographed photos from the Golden Era stars are also available, and to collaborate, please get in touch. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Vince Gironda's approach to bodybuilding, his principles, and all these tips of wisdom that he has, I mean, there's so much stuff that probably hasn't been proven by science, and it will take science to prove or disprove Vince. But to be honest, these 3 books, I believe, which I call the Classic Physique Bundle, are the best books that Vince ever came out with. And they, of course, are the Wild Physique, the Master Series, and the Pro Series. Have a look at it this way. The Wild Physique, I believe, is like the ABCs
of Vince Gironda's Principles to Bodybuilding. He teaches you the exercises and his principles. But how do you put them together? Well, the Master Series is a 14-month program of using all of these principles, all of the diets that Vince came out with, all of the exercises. And of course, the Pro Series was a book that he came out with later on, specially targeted for getting into competition. It's just these 3 books, as I call it, the Classic Physique Bundle, Vince's best work, and available, of course, at www.goldenerabookworm.com.